my experience, this place is usually a hit or miss. It is catfish stocking season in the Las Vegas Valley. I'm here at Lorenzi Park today. It's been a couple months since we've been here. Last time we were here, we were just catching tiny little trout. But this is one of the few ponds in town that actually has carp, if you don't know already. So if you're into carp fishing and you want to do some pond fishing, you don't want to have to go all the way out to the lake, Lorenzi Park is a great place to start. But before I do anything here, I gotta hydrate. Looking out at the pond today, it does look very green, which is a tell sign that this pond is not too deep, and with the Vegas heat, algae blooms are inevitable. We're at this little canopy here. My guess is it's over 100 degrees today, I'm not too sure. I got a couple different setups here today that I'll show you. I'll show you some tips on how to catch some fish out here in the urban ponds in the Vegas Valley. You can pretty much use any of these tips anywhere you're fishing out here. These birds think I got something for them. I'm gonna try to keep my bait away from these guys. Otherwise, I'm gonna be flocked by birds here. One tip I like to do when I'm fishing anywhere is to maximize my chances on catching any fish. Now, some people only like to go for bass. Some people like to only go for what they're planning on eating. Guys, I like to maximize my chances on catching anything. One thing we started doing a little while ago on the channel was fishing for carp. This is a fish that is easy to catch if you know what you're doing, and is a fish that not a lot of people like to go for. And so the last probably year and a half on the channel, we've been doing a little bit of carp fishing, adding that to our fishing trips, and I feel like it has helped save some trips for us. I'd rather catch a carp than not catch anything. We're gonna fish for a carp today with one of our rods, and on our other rod, I'm gonna go with catfish. So this is what you can expect a carp setup to look like. Carp can fight and they get pretty big, so this is a little bit of a bigger rod. I have a bait runner reel on this rod. This is actually my brother's rod, I'm just borrowing it today. But this just gives you the chance to set a secondary drag, and when that fish starts to pull, as soon as you crank your line, it makes it tight. So you got two drag systems on that, medium heavy action, and I'm not too sure how tall this rod is, probably maybe 8 feet. And on the end, we have a cage. This is typical carp fishing gear. So you can put your pack bait on there. I'll show you that in a minute. A little bit of a leader line and a tiny hook so that you can put your corn. Carp love corn, guys. So we're gonna put some corn on that hook and see if we can catch a carp. So I just brought a bag of corn. This is regular old sweet corn from a can. These pigeons are coming back over. They think they're gonna get a meal here. I'm gonna try my best not to drop any of this corn in my hand, because I don't want these birds, oh, I already dropped one. He got right next to me. There's a pigeon right here. All right, just take it. But I'm gonna load my hook up with some corn. Now, corn is a great bait for just about anything, but it works great for carp as well. And it has become a typical bait for carp fishing. Now, I didn't have all my normal stuff that I use when I make my pack bait today, so I kind of made do with what I had, but it's a mix of corn, oats, and this one actually has some chocolate pudding mix in there. Yeah, to be honest with you, I was just kind of going wild in the kitchen today, putting something together. I didn't have all my normal stuff. I got to take a trip to the store to get all my normal stuff. So a little bit of a weird mixture, but it'll still work today. And that is what the finished product is going to look like, guys. Pack bait on our cage and corn on the hook. I'm going to put out a rod holder and get this out there. Now, when it comes to rod holders, they got a bunch of different rod holders on the market that all have pros and cons to them. For carp today, I'm gonna go with our custom rod holder from Strong Ass Rod Holders. These are custom rod holders that our buddy Angel and Hector make. If you haven't already, check them out on Instagram at Strong Ass Rod Holders. These things are heavy duty, guys, and we have saved a lot of fish using these. So if you're looking for some heavy duty strong holders, check out Strong Ass Rod Holders on Instagram. Alrighty, now that I got that one set up, I set that secondary drag system on that bait runner. So if that starts to go, it'll start to pull that line out and we'll hear that bell. So while I wait, I'm gonna go ahead and get my catfish line set up. I prepared a couple different baits for the catfish today. To be honest, if I catch a catfish, and if I catch a catfish of a decent size, I'd be pretty surprised. It's been a little while since they've stocked, and I don't know how many catfish are left. Typically in these types of ponds out here, when they stock the catfish and people catch them, they keep them to eat. And I think they only stocked around 50 catfish into this pond because it's so small. So if I catch a catfish today, I'd be pretty surprised. But I'm gonna go ahead and try anyway. I did also hear a rumor that there are bass in this pond. I've never seen anybody catch a bass out of here in person, but I have seen some rumors online that it's possible. So maybe I'll pull out my bass rod and go for that as well. But like I said, I did prepare a couple different baits today. I got some hot dogs that have been soaking in some Jello and garlic powder. I also have some chicken that has been soaking in some Jello and garlic powder as well. So if the catfish are hitting today, or if they have done a third stock this season and haven't updated the website yet, maybe this will come more in handy than I think it will. My carp line's getting hit. Something small, but I got something. Little catfish. All right. Well, guys, and even if you have a rig completely set up for a different species, you are always bound to catch something you did not expect. Ooh, I gotta be careful here. These things got spines. If you catch one of these, please be very careful. Alrighty. Wow, he's right in the whisker. Check that out. Right in the whisker. I caught that guy. Whew. He's kicking. I wanna hold on to him tight. He's slimy, so holding on to him tight is key because you do not wanna get stabbed. These catfish have freaking needles right here and right here. Now, a catfish like this, typically they would not stock something this size. So this guy was probably born in this pond. I was catching some smaller catfish around this time last year that were about half this size. And so this guy is probably one of those ones that I was catching a while ago that's just a little bit bigger. Let's go ahead and take a closer look at him. There he is, folks. Tiny little catfish. He's probably about 8 or 9 inches long, I would guess. He's still got his spots, which means he is a juvenile, if the size doesn't give it away. But all right, one fish in the books. Heck yeah, let's take a picture for our fish brain and we'll send him on his way. Hey guys, do me a favor and follow me on Fish Brain, where you can keep up to date on my day-to-day catches. Alrighty folks, we're gonna release this bad boy back to the pond. Go get bigger. Well guys, nothing too crazy, but I'm feeling pretty good. I've probably only been here for 20 or 30 minutes and I already beat the skunk. That's good luck right there. So I'm gonna get my actual catfish line set up. I'm gonna put my carp line back out there and I'll catch you when I get some more action. I'm trying a little bit of a different catfish rig today. Usually I would just use a Carolina rig or a sliding sinker rig, but today I'm actually gonna use a slip bobber. Now there is a little bit of a breeze today. Got my bobber stop there. A slip bobber that is going to slip up and down. A split shot to keep it there. And I have a 2/0 bait holder hook with a piece of Jello chicken on the end. Now what this rig is gonna allow me to do is to cast it out there, and instead of sitting on the bottom, this bobber is gonna float, and that breeze is just slowly gonna move it in the water column, hopefully finding where the catfish are. Now, instead of just throwing my bait out there and sitting on the bottom and letting the catfish find my bait, I'm gonna use this rig to help locate those catfish. So let's go ahead and get this out there and see if my new rig today is gonna work. So that's out there moving around. I can already see that the wind is taking it. That bobber is sitting straight up in the water, and if it goes down, I know I got myself something on the end. Guys, I just wanted to take the time to wish y'all a happy 4th of July. Today I am fishing on the 3rd of July, so for me, tomorrow is the 4th of July. I hope you had a happy 4th of July. While I was at the gas station, I bought one of these bad boys to celebrate. So it's pop it open. Happy 4th of July, y'all. It's pretty good. I don't know 100%, but I think my carp rod got hit. Probably another little cat. I'm gonna go check it. Well, didn't hook anything. I'm gonna have to set this one back up. I'm having trouble with that carp rod rolling around on the bottom. There's a jet out there, and I'm casting it kind of right over the top of it, and it's kind of pulling it that way. Usually on my carp setups, I like to put a sliding weight. At the lake, it's pretty much necessary. In a place like this, it's probably not that big of a deal, but because I am fishing right over that jet, I do want to have a little bit of weight on my line just to plant it down on the bottom. So I have these bigger split shot in my box here. I'm going to throw one of these on my line. Easy to take on and off if I want to pull it back off later. All right. Now I just got a little bit of weight on there. Alrighty. We are set back up. I really hope I can catch a carp today. I know that they have them in here, so we're gonna try again, see if I can get one. Yeah, that seems like it's planted there a little easier. I casted it off to the right of that jet a little bit, and that weight is probably helping me a little bit too. Cross your fingers. Well, I'm not really getting anything on that catfish line, guys. Maybe that bobber setup isn't the way to go. Maybe I do need to switch out to the Carolina rig. And I can also try a hot dog. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't even mind catching another little catfish on that carp rod if that gets hit again. I do want to catch a little bit of a bigger one. They have some bigger ones in here, not huge, but Ethan and I a little while back caught some smaller ones, about 2 pounds, but I do know that they have some bigger ones. Our buddy Hector caught a nice one. I'll see if I can find the picture of that. Guys, if you're interested in any of the products that I've shown in this video as of yet, any of the fishing gear, all of that will be linked down below. There's a bunch of stuff down there that you might want to take a look at. Anything bought from our link down below helps support the channel and helps us to create more videos just like this one. So if you do that, we appreciate all the support that we can get. So thank you so much, guys. All right, I'm having no luck with the bobber rig. So I'm gonna switch to the bottom rig, the Carolina rig, and put a hot dog on the hook. Man, these hot dogs, guys, are stinky. I've also heard people catching carp out here on hot dogs. So I don't know, catfish on our carp line and carp on our catfish line. Let's see. Switch it up, see if that changes things, guys. Wow, something just splashed over there right where I cast it. Man, what would splash like that? Maybe a catfish, maybe a carp, I don't know. Maybe I might get hit here in a sec. I'm not really sure what would splash like that. Maybe a bass. I don't know if there's a bass out there, that'd be pretty cool. Have you fished for carp at all?
Yeah, actually, right the hatchery at Big Meat. Me and my buddy caught 3 or 4.
Nice.
Yeah, I got the rigging with the concave.
Right?
Yeah, with
Pack bait?
yeah,
Yeah.
did good.
Nice. Have you got any carp out of here?
Yeah, actually, they're pretty good on this side.
Uh-huh.
And I would say between 8 or 9 in the morning.
Uh-huh.
That's only on the hot dog.
Yeah, hot dogs.
The hot dog for it too.
Oh, I think I'm getting hit. All right, I got something. Turtle. I got a turtle. Got a turtle, folks. Grab my pliers for this one. Get this turtle free. He freaking swallowed this thing. There he is, folks. Let's set this up for a better shot here. I'm just gonna have to cut this, guys. He is in there. I'm gonna try. I doubt he's gonna let me though. The good part is I can pretty much keep this guy out of the water as long as I need to, so I'm gonna take my time. Oh, there it is. Okay, let me see here. Dang, I broke that hook. Okay, I'm gonna have to show you guys that, but I broke that hook. It completely snapped. There we go. Come on now, buddy. All right, you guys, he swallowed that hook. There's no way I'm getting in there. But that's crazy, guys. Look, I completely broke that hook. And the rest of it's in him, but I'm gonna release him. I did the best I could. I think this is a yellow ear. I don't think he has red ears, so he's not a red ear slider. He's trying to snap at me. He's trying to go for it. Anyway, guys, I'm gonna get him back. I did the best I could with that hook. Ooh, let's put him back over here. He'll go in the water here in a sec. There he goes. All right, well, update fish count today. One tiny little catfish, one turtle. Let's retie on a new hook. I gotta reset back up my carp rod as well and see if we can catch something else here today. I think I'm gonna stay into the nighttime, so once the sun goes down, the bite might pick up. All right, guys, I got a new hook on. I'm going with an octopus hook. This will help me get hook sets a little easier, and I think maybe keeping turtles, if I keep catching them, from swallowing that entire thing. I'm gonna put a new hot dog on and get it out. So I'm thinking the fish are maybe trying to stay out of the sun, and they might be lined up on that wall back there where there's a little bit of shade. So that's where I'm casting. Carp rod time. Turtle. Yeah, second one today. Alrighty, folks. Turtle number 2 today. Kind of set the hook on this one so it's not so deep. There we go. Alrighty. Turtle number 2. This one's a little bit smaller. Turtle number 2. Let's get a release on him. This guy's giving me my time to set up a good shot. There he goes. Perfect timing.
Yeah, buddy.
All right, we look at the camera.
Who caught a fish?
Me.